Welcome back to the conversation. I'm Nubareto. The conversation, we talk about different things going on in the community. We have a special guest here on today. Really one of the legends in New Bedford. I mean, if you're a Brockton person, you're probably the most hated man in Brockton for a few years, but you got to respect his game, got to respect his hustle. One of New Bedford's best. I'm here with Brian Rudolph. Brian, first and foremost, thanks for coming on the podcast.
No problem, my brother. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. Brian, you graduated 2006. You're a New Bedford legend. Went on to play some college ball and actually played for the Cape Verde national team for a few years back. Just talk about you're doing a lot of things in the community right now that's basketball related. One thing I like about what you're doing, you start off as a player, now you become more of a mentor. Talk about some things that's going on in New Bedford basketball-wise that you're kind of spearheading.
So right now, we just created this past summer, late August, is we opened up Next Level Factory, and right outside of New Bedford in the Dartmouth area, and it's just something. It's a private basketball training facility. We also have offer strength and conditioning there as well. But what we're offering for our community, especially in the South Coast, is something that we've never had here, where these kids are getting one-on-one group training from people that can show them the blueprint. I think the staff that we have there is myself and also another Bedford great, Gretchen Rodriguez, who was in Bedford High School standout, and then also Wilson Pilate, who's also a Bedford High guy that played 7 years overseas. So we're trying to get these kids and just show them the blueprint on kind of what hard work looks like and what they need to do in order to get to the next level. And not even just the basketball standpoint either, just in life in general. Like, we know that you got to work hard for things that you want and work smart too. So as long as they have that mindset and they can be successful in everything that they set out to do.
It's funny. I remember you often said that you're on the documentary Out of Bounds, and you're always talking about how basketball really is just a microcosm of life. Basketball is just a representation of life. So, when you teach basketball, what type of life skills do you teach them as well during this camp and just in general when you coach?
Definitely communication for one. Communication skills. I think that's the biggest thing before we even start a workout. We always tell them ask questions. And encourage one another. Don't we hate quiet basketball courts, man. So we always tell them to encourage one another, ask questions. Don't be afraid to fail too. I think that's one thing. If you could do it on the basketball floor, start there, and then that could work in all walks of life. That's what most people don't succeed is because they're afraid to fail. They're afraid to take that risk. They're afraid to take that jump. But once they get out of that mindset where they might fail once or twice, but that third time, shit, I did it.
Right. It's funny.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy how sports. It's failing. You don't like failing in sports, but that's what makes winning so good. Is that most people fail. I mean, I was actually, Michael Jordan played 14, 15 seasons, and he won 6 championships. So he failed 8 times. That's what makes winning such a good feeling. It's being able to overcome that.
And I think the realest, one of the realest quotes is like, I hate losing more than I love winning.
Yes.
And I think that's like one of the realest things, man.
Who said that? Because that's something I would have said. Who said that quote?
Who said that? I mean, we hear it a lot now. I don't know who the first person was to say that.
I almost want to give my credit. I want to give myself credit for saying that. I probably stole it from someone else. I think I want to give myself credit for saying that, but I probably stole it from somebody.
We hear it so much. Like, I think that's the realest thing I've ever heard, man. It's so damn true. It's so damn true. I just remember, losing always, to me, felt like a funeral.
Yeah.
Right? It was like a dark cloud is over you. You can just feel it. Until you get that next win, then you feel better about yourself. I just remember losing is like the end of the world. This is terrible. I hate this. Someone just died.
It's funny because winning, you tend to be a humble winner. You don't gloat too much. Like I didn't play sports, but I've done a lot of video competitions. When I lost the Emmy Awards to the film that you're in, Out of Bounds, I was down out depressed for a while. Just losing, that feeling of losing and disappointment. But you need that. You need to feel that feeling and feel what it's like to lose to find out how to win. And that's one thing that's so huge.
And it's that process in between. I think that the feeling of the process is what makes it so good when it pays off. Just going through the process, because you know how hard you work. You know what I mean? You know how much time went into it. So if you lose, it's like, damn,
right? I
put all that work in. It's almost like my college coach used to say this all the time. It's like, if someone says, "Well, I deserve that. I deserve this." I don't deserve this. He always say, "Deserve ain't got nothing to do with it." Like that deserve don't work in the real world. A lot of people deserve shit, but sometimes you don't get what you deserve.
Right. It's funny. One of your quotes I always said actually in class to even to my mentees. You said you got to fall in love with the process of being good.
Yeah.
And that's so huge. Just the process, the grind. You gotta practice more than you like the game itself. So that's huge. But Brian, I want to switch topics a little. Just focus on basketball. You've been around the game for pretty much your whole life. What are you seeing now that's good in terms of the game changing, particularly on the high school level, high school and collegiate level, and something that you're not really a fan of that probably should change? Like, what are you seeing that's good, and then what do you think that should change in terms of basketball and the skills of these kids?
I think the talent of these kids now, in terms of having a bag, so to say, or their skills, like the skill of dribbling, the skill of shooting, the skill of finishing or passing. Like, these kids are so damn skilled now. Like, the moves that you can see a 10-year-old do right now, it's like, damn, I ain't do that till I got to college. You know what I mean?
Right,
how are you already doing that? You know what I mean? But the thing that comes along with that is a lot of the process is being skipped, where they're skipping the basics. You know what I mean? Like
what do you mean by that?
You can't. You see, say a 10-year-old, so to say, who has every move in the world, but can't make a layup consistently. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like, how does that even happen? Like, a lot of things are being skipped. I think the difference with that is these kids, and I'm a trainer, so I mean, it works. It's beneficial to me, but a lot of these kids almost do too much. They're too reliant on someone teaching them basketball, versus you gotta have like a balance where, all right, you're getting that individual work with someone that knows the game, but at the same time, you have to put some work and time in by yourself, right? You can't just work out with your trainer twice a week or 3 times a week, and then that's it, and you're not playing, right? We used to play in the playgrounds with the older dudes, right? And sometimes you even get on the court.
Yeah.
It might not be your day, but I think that part is missing now, because a lot of the generation now, they almost feel like things should be given to them without actually working for it.
Right.
Or when some adversity hits, they don't know how to handle it. Like, I know some kids that just go into their freshman year and they automatically think, like, oh, I'm in college, I'm supposed to be one and done. Yeah, I'm going to them, it's like, ooh, you got to almost lower, I don't want to say lower your standards, but be realist too. Like, this is a process. Especially when you get to college, everyone on your college team was the man. Ain't nothing going to be given to you. Everything that was said to you to get you to that school, that was just to get you here. Now you're here, you got to work for every single thing. Well, you ain't going to get on that court. What you did throughout high school has nothing to do with what you're doing right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's huge. I think that's, it's when you talk about that, you sound like, everyone's like, well, the older people think this way, but I think some old school stuff is necessary. I one thing I've seen, I've been watching, basketball for, I mean, we're pretty much the same age. I think the shooting, I agree, the shooting is impeccable. I mean, the skill set is great, but handling something that's difficult, if you're down by 20, what do? Do you shut down? Do you shut down? Do you pull together? So I think that's huge. I think that's, I don't think that's just in sports. I think that's in life. I think we got to do a better job. And I think, one thing, Brian, I'm always saying is I think it's our fault for the generation doing this, because I think we got to do a better job of showing them and teaching them the process of the struggle. Because a lot of times, not just us per se, but we put things on Facebook and Twitter. We put all the good news, but we don't put. Listen, I have to wake up at 4:00 in the morning, bust my ass to get this. I think we got to do a better job of telling our story rather than just saying the result.
No, that's a very valid point. That's a very valid point. Because they don't see the process.
Because they're learning from somebody. They don't just wake up and say, "Oh, this is what it is." It's taught from somebody. So, I think
I'm seeing it so often too at my gym, is where these kids, like, I mean, when I work off, I'm missing shots, I'll get upset. You know what I mean? Not like crazy out of my mind, ready to cry. I'll have kids that are like ready to mentally break down because they missed a few shots, and I'll have to stop them. And this is a conversation I've been having with a lot of kids recently, and like, yo, who would you say is the best shooter in the world? Like, they're mad. So like, I don't know. I'm like, who's the best shooter in the world? I'll give you a hint. He plays for the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
Steph Curry. It's like, yeah, Steph Curry. So let's put this in perspective. Steph Curry shoots, 40% from the three-point line. 40. That means he misses 60% of his shots.
Yeah.
So what makes you think that you're supposed to make all your damn shots? What makes you think that? Like, bro, relax. Enjoy the process. Make the right corrections. You're gonna miss some shots. You're gonna make some shots, but you gotta stay even keel. You're ready to just lose it after every missed shot. But again, it's just saying that because it kind of piggybacks on what you just said. They don't understand the process.
Right. So, Brian, we're going to wrap up here. So, if people want to get in contact with you, is there an email? Is there a number? How to go about doing that if they want to, get trained by you or be a part of the Next Level Gym? How they go about doing that?
Right. We have a website, nextlevelfactorytraining.com. Also, we have the Next Level Factory app. There's 3 different locations for Next Level. I own the Dartmouth location. There's a Holbrook location, and then there's also one in Stoughton at the Dana Barros complex. So again, I'm at the Dartmouth locations, Next Level Factory app, or the nextlevelfactorytraining.com website.
Absolutely. So, Brian, we wish you the best on what you're doing. You're always welcome to come on this podcast if you want to promote whatever you're doing. I know you're doing good things for the community. It's funny. I want to tell the viewers a story. When I first announced one of your games, this is 2005. This is when the height of the Brockton New Bedford rivalry, and we're looking at the different players and who are the top players in New Bedford. And at the time, everyone was talking about Nick Ponce. Nick Ponce, fantastic player. So everyone's looking at his stats and everything. And then as the game goes on, I'm like, who's this kid, Brian Rudolph? Because he's putting the work in Brockton right now. And that's why I finally realized, okay, this is going to be a star right here. Really one of the best point guards I've seen with my eyes in a while. So definitely, putting the work. But I we'll next year, Brockton's going to come back. Hopefully, we'll come back even stronger than last year.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, movie. Real quick, I'm gonna rub this in on you real quick. In my high school career, 8-1 against Brockton. One loss, 8 wins.
Hey, I'm focused on the positive. I'm focused on that one.
Hey, my freshman year, when I knew I was like good, like I'm nice. Our last game of the season was against Brockton. I was playing JV as a freshman. We had a 20-0 season. I had 2 points in the first half, and then in the second half I had 29. I finished with 31. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, I might be something different. So shout out to Brockton.
Brockton, listen, this is Brockton most hated point guard right here. But Brian, I appreciate what you do, man. Keep doing good stuff, and you're welcome anytime.